Hi, I'm Gillian Burnes. I'm the author of Soft Features from Littoral Books. I'm going to read an excerpt in which our main character, Coralie, is about to record a radio feature about a woman on a remote island in the Gulf of Maine. About an hour and a half later, we're in the Zodiac again, fighting the chop toward the sheer cliff face that is Isle of Fawn's most hospitable side. Perilous stairs switch back down the bluff to a dock where Ms. Hughes, holding a red plastic milk crate, awaits. Don't get out, she calls. I'm getting in. Undyed hair in a tight old-fashioned bun ages her, or maybe her long legs and mannishly broad shoulders make her seem younger than she is. As Patrick ties up, I'm shocked to see the crate contains a plain black funerary urn. Are you sure? Asks Father Burris. Billy looks alarmed. It's been more than 9 months. Mom didn't like things cluttering up the house. And anyways, 9 months is whatever, appropriate, right? That's what I owe. She notices me. Who's this? I'm introduced as she passes the crate to Patrick and takes a seat in the rubber dinghy. Suddenly, I want to kick off my shoes and swim like hell away from here. But she's more than happy for me to tape the grin proceedings in their entirety. My family don't give a flying fig what I do. If they hear Mom's funeral on the radio, I got nothing to be ashamed of. Let's go. What do you have in mind? Asks Father Burris as we bank around. Take us out to the Rip. You can say something nice. You know the Valley of the Shadow of Death? By heart. Good, that one. I'll let her out there. That sounds very nice. Are you certain your sons don't want to be here? They're working, they both said. I see. And your sister? She only talks to me to call me a murderer. She turns to me, or on me. You believe that? She didn't even come to the hospital, but she thinks she knows. She's got no idea. Can you believe that? She relates how her mother had been driving back from a shopping trip on greasy snow near Eastleigh and collided with a snowplow. If she were ever to regain consciousness, which was unlikely, she'd have been in diapers, oblivious to her own family, sustained by a feeding tube. The decision to withdraw life support was the obvious one to make, Pam Hughes says, but her sister regrets it. At the appointed place, distinguishable by nothing as far as I can see, Billy cuts the motor and Pam clears her throat of smoker's phlegm. The ashes turn out to be inside a Ziploc within the matte black plastic urn, and it's the bag, the banality of it, I guess, that breaks Pam's composure. Her mouth purses into a bloodless white shrivel, and her shoulders quiver while Father Burris recites, He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I watch the VU meter rather than the mist of ash, which falls with a bright shimmering sound on the surface of the ocean. On the ride back to her dock, I keep recording. This one day a nurse comes into Mom's room, Pam tells me, but she wasn't one of our nurses. And she says, does your mother have a TBI? And I said, yeah. And she says, I can tell by the smell. She said brain trauma people have a certain smell and you get to know it when you work on them long enough. You ever smell it? I'll never forget that. It was so strange. But it's how I know I was right. With that, a great weight seems to rise off her shoulders. Her posture uncramps and uncurls. She turns her closed eyes to the sun and sighs a sigh of peace so obviously deep, it speaks of durability. Pam Hughes's unextravagant smile, a gesture not of the mouth, but of a whole easeful face, makes me wish for the first time I worked in television rather than radio. And it gives me hope that I won't be hearing the sound of ashes in my half-sleep tonight. I can't wait to write and air this feature. The headwind blows a single tear of relief straight back toward my ear.